now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again.
I'm your huckleberry.
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Oh, dude.
Finishing up a heater.
Are you kidding me?
What's up, Nasties? Happy game day, Oilers. Mammoth, 7:30. Puck drop, 6:30. Your pregame show with the one and only Thomas Gazzola. This is EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. It's Hawk, Salas, Kubish in the house. Fun show on tap, like always. And yes, Lupe Fiasco. What a way to come in, Joaquin. What are you having over there?
Orangina.
Oh, yeah. Love the orange, Gina.
Hey?
Oh, yeah.
They're good.
It's good stuff, buddy. It's good stuff. What's up, Nasties? How you doing? Hit us up, River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. Nasty chat. Slam that thumbs up. The ankle's doing a little bit better, Joaquin. It might be a game time decision tomorrow.
You got to do up your shoes, though, man.
I know, I did. And I feel a lot better.
I bet you do.
Yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm really digging your shirt, too, man. It's a solid shirt.
You like boys who wear Abercrombie at Fitch.
Yeah. Let's go. Hey, let's tee up the show. Brogan Houston coming up at 1:20. Of course, he's out of Utah for the Deseret News, and he'll join us to preview this Mammoth team that's pretty interesting when you look at their stats. They're close to locking down a wild card spot. We'll have noticias. We'll have the screw it. Let's do a parlay. And at 2:20, our good buddy Tim Hauraney, F1 Insider, TSN, Nailing the Apex podcast, will join us. What the hell's going on with Jonathan Wheatley and Aston Martin? What are we looking forward to for this Japanese Grand Prix? Is this a good situation for all the teams that are struggling this month off they're going to have due to some canceled races? So we're going to have a good conversation with our good buddy Tim Hauraney. But Joaquin, two guys seem like a lot of fun.
Yeah. It would have been if Zedmo just asked me. I just made a new drink.
Vodka.
Yeah. This well, I haven't made vodka.
No.
Jesus. Orangina. Okay. And I put 2 fresh basil leaves in there.
Oh, wow.
Holy smokes.
It's crazy.
This is the most refreshing thing I've ever had.
How about a gin in it? No?
There's no booze. Come on. Quick.
No, but I'm saying like in the future if you wanted to make a nice cocktail.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I'll see what works best. But yeah, I could see a good vodka. Maybe even a tequila in there. I don't know.
Ooh.
Tequila sunrise.
Ooh.
Right?
Was LT's go-to drink in Mexico.
Yeah. This is delicious.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Holy smokes, that's good.
I really want to talk about Begonia, but I don't want to ruin it for people that haven't watched it.
It's so funny because that movie brings out emotions in you. I don't know what it is. It was interesting.
That should be our poll question. Or question of the day. Did you enjoy Begonia? Is she or is she not? No, I won't ruin it for
Don't
you.
ruin it.
I won't ruin it, but our question of the day, Joaquin, and I'm going to start with you, and I want to get your thoughts, okay, buddy? Mm-hmm. Every day we have a question of the day now. Which former Oiler from last season would make the biggest impact on this year's team? You have 4 options. CP, 10, Corey Perry, Victor Arvidsson, Evander Kane, Connor Brown.
I would have to say Perry because he's the only guy that played with the top dudes and had lots of success, right? So it's Perry for me.
Do you have a close second?
No.
No? Really?
Not even close.
So leading the way on our good old X machine, 62% for Corey Perry.
Of course.
You know who's second?
So you had Perry, then you had Arvidsson, Kane probably.
Connor Brown second.
Really?
At 20.8.
Why?
The hustle, the PK ability, I guess? No?
But the PK sucked last year. It was 2 years ago it was good.
I know Kane only played in the playoffs, but I think he impacted the game a lot.
He impacted that first series.
Yeah.
Scored. How many? He had like 5 points, didn't he?
He
7
scored.
points over the whole playoffs.
He throws big hits.
Yeah.
He mucks it up.
Kind of ran out of gas at the end of it, but
For sure. It's interesting, man.
does he get another deal?
I think he does.
Really?
I think it's like a 1-2 year deal.
Where?
Some of these lower
Europe?
teams. Petter's Pancake says, I'm going a healthy Evander Kane. Oh, we're thinking on the same wavelength here, Petter's Pancakes, because I'll be honest, Joaquin, I voted Evander Kane.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he got around better than Corey Perry. And listen, I understand Corey Perry's impact. Like, it was very close between those two. But I thought Evander Kane, when healthy, could bring a lot more than Corey Perry.
Oh, yeah, I get. But you said last year's player.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. At the end of it, Perry was more consistent than Evander Kane was in the playoffs.
Perry was legit. Love that guy. Such a good player. And early on the YouTube vote, Corey Perry leading the way. Connor Brown. I'm surprised Connor Brown's second. I'm being honest here. I knew Arvidsson would be last, but I needed a player, and I wasn't going to throw Jeff Skinner in there. Right? So, and Victor Arvidsson's having a hell of a season with Boston, guys. Like, let's be honest here.
Is he?
He's going to hit 20 goals, man.
Is he really?
Yes.
Oh.
Connor Brown's pretty solid too. 34 points, 12 goals in 62 games.
On a bad
That's
team.
the play. That's the play. But who was saying it? Someone on the shows. They did have to get younger, right?
Yeah. No.
They needed to start retooling, and I don't know. This would be a good stat to look up. How many players on entry-level deals are on Stanley Cup winning teams? Is there?
I think
usually?
I did this
I thought-
experiment a few months ago.
Did you?
And I think it was
Was it entry-level deals or something else? Or was it drafted
Rookies.
players?
rookies.
Rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not so entry-level deals. Maybe
Yeah.
a guy that's on his whatever.
And I think Pittsburgh was one, but they got Connor Sheary and it was another. Maybe it was Jake Gunsel, but they got him halfway through the season from the AHL. But they were rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there wasn't many. I think
No.
the max was like 2, maybe 1. Pittsburgh was the outlier that 1 year.
But maybe you need those types of players that allow you to have a little bit more cap space throughout the regular season,
Yeah.
and then really load up throughout, or try to load up throughout the year. Where if you see some holes, if it works out with them, great, right? And they become integral parts of your team. But I think you do need to start with a couple entry levels.
It helps.
It helps
100%. Victor Arvidsson, 19 goals so far.
Oh, that's way to save it.
Now, it's just a better fit? Is he being used differently? Like, I don't know, man. But because we look at daily faceoff every day, Joaquin. I rarely see Victor Arvidsson in the top 6 in Boston.
Oh,
He's moonlighted there, sure, but to have 19 goals, and when he signed with the Oilers, I loved the signing.
I did too.
Yeah, I thought.
But I thought it was more of a rugged, nasty, annoying person to play against, right?
Yeah.
And he wasn't. He was trying to be the guy that provided secondary scoring all the time. So where is he playing? He's on the second line, man.
right now, yeah.
He's playing with Zaka and Middlestad.
Okay, interesting. And they're fighting for their playoff lives. 15 games in the NHL. It's gonna be an awesome night. So many key matchups. We'll get to that shortly here. Tristan Jarry getting the start, Joaquin. So they play Thursday and they play Saturday. It's an afternoon game. Do you think it was best to go Ingram tonight against his former team, and then Jarry Vegas, and then go back to Ingram for the afternoon game? Or do you like that Jarry's getting the start tonight?
I thought they would play Ingram,
Yeah, me too.
and I thought they would just keep playing Ingram. To tell you the truth, wait for the back-to-back and do it then.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised, actually.
So Utah does kind of want to they want to do their own thing. They don't want the history of the Arizona Coyotes.
Okay.
But I was looking back at Tristan Jarry versus his franchise as a whole. He's 6-1 against Arizona.
Really?
He hasn't played Utah yet.
Oh, he's never played the...
No, the hockey club or the Mammoth. So he's 6-1. with some pretty decent numbers. So if you want to look at it that way, pretty good. I mean, Joaquin, I heard you and Dusty talking about it, but if things go sideways early in this one, like, what do you do with this guy?
Yeah, I think you leave him in there first of all.
Yeah.
And let him try to work stuff out. If he gets pulled tonight, that's tough. That's tough to come back to, right? You've probably done a lot of work. You've worked with Aubrey. You've tried to get your game back. You've done all this preparation, and then if it goes sideways, that's a huge step backwards. So I mean, you hope he has a productive, good game tonight, right? And
of course,
solid.
On the flip side, though, Joaquin, if he's really good, this is still Ingram's team.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No, this is he gives you the way he plays is better than Jarry right now. We'll see. Who knows what happens tonight? Maybe Jarry's lights out, but just the rebound control alone with Ingram, I think, is for a fragile defensive team that the Oilers are, or a team that struggles to keep the puck out of their net. I think Ingram's your answer. He covers up a lot of mistakes that happen in the defensive zone, other than teams just generating good chances, and he stops those too, right? Mm-hmm. But I mean, didn't he make a save on someone who shot the puck on him who was that?
Who was that?
Didn't someone try to bury it on his own net?
I think
was that, or did
I don't think it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got to look at it.
Or maybe it was Vasilevsky that did it. No.
Does it bug you, Joaquin, as a former professional goaltender, that we're talking about Connor Ingram needing rest?
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't played a lot.
He doesn't look tired. Doesn't play tired.
No.
Doesn't look fatigued at all.
And taking a day off today in March is not going to do anything in May.
No. I think it's actually to stay sharp and ready. It's almost beneficial to play. I think at this time of year. You get like I said before, you get confident. You get in a zone. You're not worried about shots in practice. You're worried about you're in complete game mode this way.
And it's not like they practice a lot.
They don't.
Yeah, exactly. So like, what are you tired of? I don't get it. I think it's the new way of the NHL where the goalies can't play a certain amount of games. Like, go back in the 90s, Brodeur, man. He'd play 72 games in one season.
And I think the thing that's hurt, I don't know if you'll ever see a bona fide number one again. Like, this guy's going to have to be, who are the bona fide number ones? Like the real studs. What, Vasilevsky?
Bobrovsky.
Is he in, but he doesn't
Maybe
play.
Maybe not does, yeah. Hellebuck,
Ottinger, Sorokin. Swayman. Like, there's not even Swayman, he just started playing most of the games. But I think there's the analytics have killed a little bit of this too. I don't know. I'm old, so I came from an era where the number one guy, you played him until he couldn't play anymore. Right?
Exactly.
And that's the way you went. And now all the data after back-to-backs, all these things, I get it. But that's the one that puzzles me the most, is the fact that they don't want goalies playing back-to-back because it's too hard. Or I don't think it's too hard. It's just the data shows that there's not a lot of success. But it's weird to me. It's very odd.
Now, let's be clear. Maybe Ingram, I don't think the goaltenders are asking for days off. They're probably play me.
Yeah.
This is, like you said, it's become a coaching and analytical thing where they can't play back-to-backs or they can't play 5-6 in a row because, oh my God, they got to be ready for the playoffs. I think it's quite silly, to be honest. All right, hit us up, River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. Of course, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, and they are proud to present Unified MMA U68 on Friday, March 27th. Go to the River Cree Ticketmaster box office, and tickets starting at $89.25. And like always, we're brought to you by Play Alberta. Play Alberta is your home for online gaming excitement featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery instants, and sports betting. Now with the new Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at playalberta.ca. On the other side of the break, Brogan Houston from the Deseret News joins us to tee up the Utah Mammoth games. Today's at 7:30. The GCLD's Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola, Sean Bell, and Benny Thompson gets going at 6:30. Reed Wilkins, again, running solo all week. He'll be on from 3 to 6. So don't go anywhere. EST's all over it today, getting you set for Oilers and the Mammoth. Our question of the day, which former Oiler from last season would make the biggest impact on this year's team? I went Kane. Joaquin, Corey Perry on the YouTube. Corey Perry 60% right now, and Arvidsson at 0, which is a little disrespectful to the little Swede there. And on the good old X machine, leading the way 61%. Corey Perry. Keep voting on that. Any questions for our guests? Anything you want to know about the Utah Mammoth? Let us know. Nasty Chat, River Cree inbox, and slam that thumbs up. We head to Utah on the other side of the break.
The Oilers kick off a 2-game road trip down in Utah. Tristan Jarry gets his first start since March 12th. Well, Trent Frederick remains out, having no timeline on a possible return for him. Tune into the GTL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson get you set for puck drop. Coverage starts at 6:30 right here on EST. Keep Pacific Division teams in action. The second place Knights battle the Jets. Vegas 1 point up on Edmonton, plus the Kraken. And Panthers face off with Seattle having 2 fewer games played compared to Edmonton as they stand 6 points back of the Oilers. Meanwhile, the Kings 4th in the division enter play against the Flames 4 points behind Edmonton for 3rd place, 1 game in hand. On the court, the Knicks and Pelicans tip off. Denver visits Phoenix as the Hornets and Kings open the night at 5 with a total of 4 games in the NBA tonight. To the Lynx, Scotty Scheffler has withdrawn from the Houston Open with his family expecting the birth of their second child. The tournament begins Thursday morning. Brogan Houston up next here on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Greg Button.
You know, Connor talks about the Tampa Bay Lightning. One of the things that they excel in, team IQ. Do you know how you're always in the right spot? Like Connor says, you always know what the next person's doing. That's IQ. That's being smart. It's like being able to solve the math equations when you move from addition and subtraction, being able to multiply and divide. I don't think the Edmonton Oilers had a very good team IQ.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You know the saying, April showers bring May flowers, but really May brings you...
Mom, I'm home from university.
Need extra space? Sentinel Storage. Affordable, convenient, and Canadian storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free. Plus, students save 10% on continued rental. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit and the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one,
the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
We're back. EST afternoons on Oilers game day. It's Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas here with you. Of course, puck drop 7:30 here in good old Edmonton. Tommy Gazzola will be set. Get you ready for all the action with the pregame show 6:30 right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. All our guests are brought to you by Old Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's a game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. And with that, we bring in Brogan Houston, friend of the show from the Deseret News Sports. Brogan, how you doing? Oh, I think you're muted. See if we can get him there. All right. Luke's working on that for us. He'll give us a thumbs up when Brogan is good to go.
Did you see the picture with Jack Michaels and the crew down in Salt Lake? They went out to Red Rock, and I think they saw Bill Burr perform.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Bill Burr.
He's hilarious.
He's funny, man.
Yeah, I just saw a picture. Looks like Koff set it all up for him. So
nice.
Yeah. Let's hopefully the D pairings he put together work as well as that concert.
Well, I do want to get to that because, okay, quickly before we get Brogan back. So Knob was asked today about Emberson and stuff, and he said, we're keeping the decor the same. So was he just messing around? Is he playing with us? Like, I have no idea, but I think Reed and I were discussing, I think tonight when they start the game, it's going to be Ekholm Bouchard.
Oh, okay.
So
you think
because
it's just
he said that. He said keep
it's a smoke screen?
Yeah, we're going to keep it the same.
Okay.
Maybe they're just trying something out at practice.
Well, remember then they did it at practice and flipped it back, so.
Oh, there we go. I could hear him. Yeah, exactly. So maybe don't read too much into the deep tonight. We'll wait and see in warm-ups if he actually sticks with what we saw yesterday in practice or if he's going to return to good old reliable, just Ekholm with Bouch, Nurse with Murphy, and who was it? Murph? No, sorry. Embers and Stastny.
Yeah.
Who am I miss? Oh, Wallman. Sorry. Wallman with Emberson. Are we good to go?
Yep.
Yes. All right. We bring in Brogan Houston from the Deseret News here. Brogan, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I didn't study enough technology in school to be good at this kind of thing, so got it figured out though.
No worries. Hey, let's talk about this team. I mean, they're holding down the first wild card spot with 80 points, 5-3-2 in their last 10. And we're going to get to it all, but their last game was a 4-3, a big one over the LA Kings on Sunday in overtime. But this team has 8 players over 30 points, 10 players with double-digit goals. This is a team getting it done. It's just not 2-3 individuals. Hey, Brogan?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've talked about Dylan Guenther a lot, an Edmonton guy. He's definitely their top dog offensively right now. He's kind of taken that title from Clayton Keller. But like you said, it's kind of a committee right now. Those top 2 lines are both very productive, and they tend to scramble the lines a lot outside of that top line anyway. And so even if it's JJ Peterka is good this week, and then Logan Cooley's good the next week, and Barrett Hayton's good the following week, and it's offense by committee, and things are going well for them.
Another thing that looks really good on the stat line with this team is their goal differential at plus 25 right now. What has that been equated to this year for the Mammoth? Is it all around defense? Is it the play of Vejmelka, the solid defenders? What's been the key to the success defensively for this team?
So I haven't looked at the numbers since the last game, but before this last game, both goalies were actually below a 900 save percentage, which is kind of interesting given that they are so good on paper defensively. But I think it's just kind of a committee buy-in type of thing. You've got a lot of guys that are bona fide two-way players. Nick Schmaltz, I'm going to have him on my Selke ballot this year. He's leading the league in takeaways, which is kind of cool. And he's had a few, one of the goals that he scored against LA last game, he stripped a guy of the puck in front of the net as he was about to make a breakout pass and then takes it to the net and scores. It's that kind of thing that, these are guys that are good offensive players, but none of them are liabilities defensively either. And I can't say the same about many teams in the league that their top players are also their top players defensively. And I think that's what gets it done.
Brogan Houston from the Deseret News Sports joining us here on EST Afternoons. Utah hosting the Edmonton Oilers tonight, 7:30 puck drop here in Edmonton. Brogan, we had the voice of the Mammoth on one of our other shows yesterday, and he was asked about Kyler Yamamoto, of course, former Edmonton Oiler, and he mentioned that they've told him to get a place in Utah. He's got double-digit goals. I see him right now on the fourth line with Kerfoot and Stenlund. But what's the little guy doing out there? Because he's been kind of up and down since he left Edmonton, but looks like he's found a home there in Utah and is sticking with the NHL club.
Yeah, well, he's a really good hockey player. I say this a lot, that if he was 6'2", he'd be a $5 million a year player. Like, he would get way more opportunities than he does. He just did not win the genetic lottery, and that's why he's only a fourth line player. Still a really good hockey player, still playing in the NHL. But he's a skilled guy who just does not necessarily get played in the right spots to be able to produce 25, 30 goals a year. But he's probably the hardest worker on the team, I would think. He always has a chip on his shoulder. No matter what you ask him, you could ask him how the weather is today, and he'd say something, with a chip on his shoulder about how it's, whatever. And he's just one of those guys that you can always count on him to bring it every single game, to give full effort every single game.
The jitterbug. We have a song for him here when he was with Edmonton.
Yeah.
So.
Rogan, the Mammoth, obviously, as we stated before, holding down that first place spot in the wild card, which I think is important. How do they look at this as like, hey, we got a very good opportunity here. If we solidify this position, it doesn't really matter. We play one of these, as Connor McDavid's, this pillow fight in the Pacific Division where, you could be looking to advance as they've had they have more points. They've been more successful in a way tougher division. Is that kind of important for this Mammoth team?
Yeah, I think they kind of just stumbled upon the best spot they could possibly be in. Unless they were somehow going to beat Colorado for that first spot in the Central, which everybody knows that's not going to happen. You don't have to face Dallas or Minnesota in the first round of the playoffs. And instead you might get Anaheim, you might get Edmonton, you might get Vegas. They have yet to beat Edmonton ever, but they beat Anaheim 7-0 earlier this year. And they've beaten Vegas by, I think they're 9-1 over their last two games against Vegas, cumulative scoring. And so, I think that they would take any of those matchups a lot sooner than they would take any of those Central Division ones. And so they kind of just stumbled upon the right spot, and we'll see what they can do in the playoffs.
Brogan, Mackenzie Weegar was added to the team at the deadline. Yeah, his plus minus, you take it with a grain of salt, but wasn't very good in Calgary. Calgary, of course, a team that's outside of the playoffs and probably won't be going to the postseason. But how has Mackenzie Weegar looked there in Utah?
Yeah, first of all, he seems like a great guy. Just kind of one of those salt of the earth kinds of guys, and you love to have that on a team, especially as a media member. You're not going to get any major drama, and so I like that about him. It seems like he's still kind of getting his feet wet a little bit, still trying to adjust a little bit. He's just got 1 point through, I believe, 9 games, something like that. But he's playing a good amount of minutes. He's doing everything. He's kind of playing a little bit of shorthanded time. He's playing on the second power play unit. So once he kind of gets adjusted, I'm sure he'll, be one of those guys that that really fits in, and seems like he likes Utah a lot as well.
Karel Vejmelka, is that correct? That's how he's.
Well, that's one of the 50 pronunciations that he's given.
Yeah.
He himself will say it a different time every time.
You mentioned his save percentage is low this year. It looks like he's starting tonight. What can you tell us about his game? I mean, it seems like he's been quite successful this year.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit by necessity, just that Vitek Vanacek has not been exactly what they've needed as a number 2 goalie this year. I mean, he's been okay, but he doesn't have very many wins at all this season. And so for pretty much every key matchup, they've had to go to Karel Vejmelka. And so Vejmelka actually, he either is tied or just below tied with Scott Wedgwood for most wins in the league this year, because he just starts so many games. And he has a good team in front of him, and he's a good goalie himself, obviously. But he's been good enough that he can provide the saves that the team needs, and you'll rarely see him make a massive save, but that's just because he's in position most of the time. I said the same thing about Carey Price when he was the best goalie in the world. It was that, when did you ever see Carey Price make a left to right massive glove save? Not that often, because he was just always in the right position in the first place. And I kind of feel like Karel Vejmelka's in that same boat, although he's not Carey Price.
Brogan, listen, it's getting close to the end of the season. They're in a good spot. I mean, they have more points than the Golden Knights and the Oilers, but they're stuck in that spot because of the top 3 teams in the Central right now. How are the vibes there in Utah? Like, the owner's great there. Like, he seems like an awesome guy. How are the vibes there in Utah, just expecting this team to lock down a playoff spot?
Yeah, well, people are excited. Every time I mention something about, working alongside the Mammoth, people always ask me, are they going to make the playoffs? And, that's the thing that people are the most excited about. They haven't had playoff basketball in a long time with the Jazz of the NBA there. They've been, in one of those kind of rebuild phases for a long time. So people are just excited to get back to a winning kind of pro sports culture here. And I'm excited to see what the Delta Center looks like in late April.
Yeah, and you definitely want that first wild card spot to take one on the Pacific, the pillow fight. And I gotta say, Brogan, you're in playoff mode, man. That beard, brother.
Yeah,
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
It was my summer project that I convinced my wife to let me keep it for a little longer. So we'll see how long it goes.
You can. What was that? Red Dawn 3 or whatever in Utah. Isn't that where it started? So you look good.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, you can't shave the beard until the Utah Mammoth are eliminated from the playoffs. Okay, Brogan, is that a deal?
Well, by blood, I'm a Canucks fan, so maybe I need to shave it immediately.
Oh, you just ruined everything.
You're going to look like Santa Claus soon.
And for the last time, Brogan Houston joins us. No, just hey, Brogan. Since you're a Vancouver, you're an Alberta guy too, all right?
Yeah, I was born there. Yeah, lived there till I was 11. Lethbridge.
Lethbridge. Yeah, because one of our producers is from Pincher Creek, and I think you heard that once.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I'm from Ralph. So why a Canucks fan?
Just that my dad was a Canucks fan, and so I then became a Canucks fan. And then we happened to move to BC when I was 11, but I was already a Canucks fan well before that. So,
nice.
I was always the guy that was kind of rooting against the Alberta teams, as a kid. And, now I don't really care. It's whatever. But.
McKenna Canucks? Is that what you're?
We'll see. We'll see. I have a nephew who, obviously, our side of the family is all Canucks, but his dad's side of the family is all Oilers, and so we have this debate. And I keep telling him, "Hey, like, this is the right time to hop on the Canucks bandwagon as a 3-year-old, because you're gonna have Gavin McKenna or somebody like that to root for when you're 10." So, we'll see. We'll see how they do.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Brogan. Thank you for taking the time this afternoon. Always fun to chat with you. Enjoy the game tonight.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Brogan Houston from the Deseret News joining us here to talk Utah. Born in Alberta, then Vancouver, now covering the Utah Mammoth. Hey, how about that, Joaquin?
That's cool.
Yeah, and a Vancouver fan. We won't hold it against him because he's a good dude. But
that's all right.
And that beard's solid, bro.
That is a solid beard. I wish I could grow a beard.
Me too, man. Well, what can you do? I was going to bring something up. I can't remember now. Oh, I was going to ask him about their first rounder they signed. Cool, bring him back. No, I'm just kidding.
Caleb Denoyer?
Yeah. He just signed him to a 3-year entry. And I wanted to ask him because of the new AHL rule. He might be able to do that as well, right? Mm-hmm. But Joaquin, like 8 players over 30 points, 10 players with double-digit goals, buddy. Like, that's impressive. Dylan Guenther with 34 goals. He's going to be a 40-goal guy. Clayton Keller leads the team with 68 points. Like, this team is getting it done as a unit, man.
I'm kind of interested to watch tonight's game because of the fact that I haven't seen the Mammoth play in a long time. I love calling them the
Mammoth.
But I like Cooley. Schmaltz is fun to watch.
Yeah.
Guenther, of course, just a wicked shot. They seem to have the whole game locked down right now, right?
It's going to be
team game. This is going to be very difficult for the Edmonton Oilers, I think, tonight.
And they're ahead of them in the standings.
In a way tougher division.
I guess the good thing for the Oilers, their power play. That's another question I wanted. Their power play. This is terrible. Their power play is 29th, Joaquin. I don't know how with some of the players they have. And their PK is 18th, which is not too bad.
You got to look at this time of year. I mean, obviously the PP hasn't been good for a while, but it hasn't been good on the whole season. But who knows in the last 10 games? Like I always kind of look at those stats if they're humming right now, right? So because even the Oilers, their PP percentage was actually higher than their overall yearly for the last 10 games, right, or something like that. So.
And I think their power play right now without Dry is struggling mightily. They made 1 goal since he's been out, so I think Koob has a stat.
Yeah, 1 for 12 since his injury. I guess 2 for 13 since that game. But he scored a power play goal before Ozzy Weisblatt hit him. So they haven't been overly sharp on special teams. They've seen some chances, but I mean, you lose a guy like that, wicked shot, wicked pass.
Yeah.
Like it's fully expected for the power play to take a dip like that. They're still first in the NHL though at 31%.
Should it be? I'm not saying it should be as good, but should it have dropped that much with one player?
But when he's like arguably the best, like the most important on that power play.
Is he the most important piece of the power play?
Well, it looks like it now.
It's Evan Bouchard, guys. Come on.
I'm fascinated by it because you would think, because Leon, he's a great passer and stuff. He does some amazing things, but you would think, okay, they'll still be okay, because Connor has the puck, Bouch has the puck. Like,
I just think he's that important because he's the shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. When it goes over to that side, there's a shot on net.
Yeah. Exactly.
And everyone knows it, and so they converge on the net and stuff. So, yeah.
And I know Nuge has a good shot, and he scored from that spot, but it's not the same, obviously.
No.
Right? So we'll see if they can turn that around. But the Oilers PK should have a good day today because the Utah's power play is not very good. Hey, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant where you can get the prime rib special for just $21.99. It's available 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's a hell of a deal. We'll continue to tee up Oilers and Mammoth today and get into some numbers as well. We want to hear from you. And, of course, our question of the day is, which former Oiler from last season would make the biggest impact on this year's team? Corey Perry, Victor Arvidsson, Evander Kane, and Connor Brown. Arvidsson at 1%. Someone felt bad and voted for Victor Arvidsson. But Corey Perry on the YouTube leading at 65%. And on the good old X machine, he's also leading at 56.9%. Connor Brown second, which is kind of surprising to me. Thought Evander would be a lot higher, but we move on. Keep voting on YouTube or on the good old X machine. On the other side of the break, we'll do some noticias, look around the NHL, and continue to tee up Oilers and Mammoth. Here's Coop, Sports Update.
The Oilers are in Utah to face the Mammoth in The first game of a 2-game road trip, Tristan Jarry gets his first start in 2 weeks, while Trent Frederick remains sidelined, having no update on his injury. Catch Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson. They get you set for puck drop during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. They hit the airwaves at 6:30 right here on EST. And 7 games get going at 5 o'clock, including the Maple Leafs and Bruins facing off. Anthony Stolars gets a nod in net for Toronto. Elsewhere, the Habs and Hurricanes clash in Montreal, while the Senators and Red Wings duel from Detroit. Ottawa recalled Carter Yakimchuk and Jorian Donovan from the AHL ahead of that matchup. On the court, there's 4 games in the NBA. The Knicks and Pelicans tip off. Denver visits Phoenix as the Hornets and Kings open the night at 5. To golf, Scotty Scheffler has withdrawn from the Houston Open as his family expects the birth of their second child. The tournament begins bright and early at 6:20 Thursday morning. To the majors, 4 games are live, including the Red Sox trailing the Twins 13-5, bottom 7th inning. We also have the Yankees up 2-1 over the Cubs, top of the 3rd. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc. They're the experts you need to know. More with Hernan, Salas, Joaquin, Gage. After the break, I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
EST Hangout.
He was just complimenting another coach that he just played.
He's played for back-to-back years.
He's played for back-to-back years. He's complimenting a coach. If I compliment you, I'm not taking a shot at him. But everything he says, that's why these guys don't want to talk to us on camera. That's why we try to say, can we pull him aside and get him off the camera, and then you can say something that's not going to be blown up and misconstrued.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc, we're the experts you need to know.
Aye, oh, let's go. Aye, oh, let's go. Aye, oh, let's go. Are you kidding me? Oh, let's go. The ball is in a straight line. You're going through a tight one. You keep the listen that mind. Let's keep up.
We're back here, EST Afternoons. So great conversation with Brogan Houston from the Deseret News, covering the Utah Mammoth. It's Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas here, alongside Zach Kubish, live from the William Huff Studios. Joaquin, I'll be honest, I don't have a good feeling about tonight, which usually means the Oilers will play well.
Really?
Do you have the same feeling?
No. Well, depends on how you look at it, I guess. I don't think they'll win, if that's what you're asking. But I feel the exact same way I did when the I had that realization against the Panthers.
Yeah.
The Panthers weren't going to allow the Edmonton Oilers to win. And you just said it before we came on, the Mammoth have something to play for.
Yeah.
They're trying to lock down a spot against one of these Pacific Division teams because that's their best chance of moving on in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, Brogan said it. They found themselves in a great position here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like all of a sudden they avoid one of those Central Division teams and play them in the second round, possibly.
Possibly, yeah.
You know, that's I don't think it's crazy at this point. I'll tell them. Maybe a little bit after the game, but that there's a good possibilities that this team could make it to the conference final.
Yeah, why not? The barn's going to be buzzing. The city's going to be lit. It's going to be great. I look at their lineup, and it's pretty damn impressive. We'll get to lineups and all that fun stuff in hour number 2. But Joaquin, right now, let's do a little news.
Este es su noticiero.
Tough times for the Sens, my friend. They lost Thomas Chabot yesterday. On top of already not being without Jake Sanders. They called up Yaremchuk and Donovan.
Tyler?
They're in Detroit tonight. If they can pull this off without those two guys, Joaquin, you got to just stand there and clap.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a big one tonight for them.
Yeah, huge one. They won yesterday 2-1. The New York Rangers had what, like 9 shots? They had 4 shots after 40, Joaquin.
How did they not score more?
A franchise low 9 shots. Mika Zibanejad had 3 of them.
Just terrible.
Which is insane.
What was our bet? They win by 2, right?
Yeah.
And then Mika
Reimer over
Zibanejad
20 saves.
Point as well, yeah.
He had 4 saves after 40. I was like, yeah, this is not going to go our way. The Avalanches, the mayor, I didn't know they called Logan O'Connor the mayor, returns after a 69-game absence. Joaquin, you might want to tune into the Chicago game tonight. You know why? Anton Frundell makes his debut for the Hawks.
Oh.
Exciting prospect. He's going to play on a line with Andy. Is it Andy? No, it's not Andy. With Green and Connor Bedard. So tune into that. How about this one? Tiger to play in the TGL finals. Are you into that kind of stuff?
The disc golf stuff in the Tiger
Woods.
Woods?
Yeah.
Outdoors or in a?
It's the TGL finals.
What is the TGL? Is that the? Is that a virtual league?
It's a virtual stuff. Yeah.
I don't mind watching it.
Okay.
It's not. I won't sit down and watch the whole thing, but it's interesting when they hit it and then when they go to the green and putt, it's because it moves, right?
Yeah.
And they do bunker shots. It's pretty cool because you see some guys skull it too. Like I saw a guy almost kill somebody last year, and it's interesting to me. But we went and did it last. It's
hard.
Kind of golf,
yeah,
but not really.
His first competitive swing since October.
It's not like he hasn't been swinging the club. So,
all right, big games tonight. So Sens at Red Wings. Both teams need a dub there. Toronto's at Boston. The Bruins need points as well to keep pace. Chicago at New York Islanders. Islanders need points. Colorado at Pittsburgh. Our boy Stewie Skins needs points. Seattle at Florida. That's a big one. Seattle needs to win. Columbus at Philadelphia. Of course, Columbus playing also for a playoff spot. Montreal hosting Carolina. They need to win. This one might be the game of the night. San Jose and Nashville. If San Jose loses again, like they're pretty much.
But then, like you go to the last 4 games of the night. Winnipeg, Vegas, big game.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, Calgary, big game for the Kings. Edmonton, Utah, another game with playoff implications. And then you got Anaheim at Vancouver. That Anaheim, they have to win that.
They're running away with it. And you're right, because if Nashville beats San Jose, that's a 7-point gap. You're done.
You're done.
You're not making up 7 points with 10 games. So, man, what a schedule today in the NHL. Absolutely fantastic scoreboard watching for a lot of fan bases out there. It's going to be an absolutely great, great night. All right, let's have some fun. So I saw this on the IG yesterday. Most underrated neighborhoods in Edmonton, according to the locals. On Reddit, all that different stuff. Forest Heights, Joaquin.
Where's that?
Good question. No, I think it's by the River Valley.
Forest Heights?
Yeah.
No idea where.
I'll tell you right now where it is. Let me look at my
trusty.
Forest Heights is just off 75th Street, just before you hit the river there. Right here, Joaquin. Sorry. By the Riverside Golf Course. Very nice area.
Okay, in there.
Kind of by McNally, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice area. Underrated. I don't know if it's underrated, but Grosvenor, which Reed and I looked up, it's right here around this area.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So the west side.
Oh, just in here.
Yeah.
I took Boone for a walk in there. It's okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you live in these areas, let us know exactly where they are because obviously we haven't lived here our whole lives. We don't know where any of these are. Oliver.
Okay.
I don't think Oliver's underrated.
Where's Oliver?
Downtown.
Where downtown?
Like where the Safeway is, where the Brewster's
in there.
Yeah.
It's kind of sketchy in there, isn't it?
No, man. It's wonderful there.
Is
Reed Wilkins lives in Oliver.
Well.
I don't think it's underrated. Next one, Parkdale / Chromedale.
Parkdale.
Let's look this up.
We don't know where anything is. Where's Parkdale?
Are they just making up names now?
No.
I don't know.
Oh, this is by the stadium. Borden Park, Save on Foods.
Stadium? What stadium?
Commonwealth.
Oh.
How is that really underrated?
I don't think that's underrated at all.
Next one, Argyle. Argyle, I don't mind.
Argyle.
Yeah.
Argyle's just south there. Where's Argyle?
South, like 60, like 60.
That's right. Like Park Allen.
I don't know.
Argyle?
There's a casino over there.
Yeah, where the
off of Argyle.
Yeah.
So by the casino?
Around there, it just says Argyle. Argyle's that whole
where Rusty's used to be?
Yes. Yes, that's Argyle.
That's okay, I guess. I don't know if it's overrated. I love that you knew. You knew.
Does Gager even live in E-Town? I wonder if anyone else got that reference, but we'll move along. Rundle Heights.
Yeah, I'm not like a lot of these places. Would you be okay with your kids walking around there past 11? That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I don't know about Rundle Heights, man.
Yeah, no.
And then this one, Millwoods. Millwoods, baby. That's where I grew up.
Millwoods is
is underrated.
No.
It is beautiful in Millwoods. It's not bad. There's no gangs. Okay. It's beautiful. There's not though. Go live in Millwoods. It's beautiful. Nice
I've been
area.
there pretty frequently in the last 5 years, and it's a place to be. Not underrated.
With Kevlar.
Yeah.
So these are your most underrated neighborhoods in Edmonton, according to the locals: Forest Heights, Grosvenor, Oliver, Parkdale / Chromedale, Argyle, Rundle Heights, and Millwoods. If you live in a neighborhood that you think is underrated, let us know. River Korean Box 780-218-9999 or on the nasty chat. Millwoods, baby. Millwoods is not bad. Come on.
Somebody just snuck that in because they felt bad about Millwoods.
Yeah, see, Castor, 33-year resident of Millwoods. Yeah.
Yeah. Tough as nails.
Okay. On the mean streets of Millwoods.
There's worse parts in the city than Millwoods. I guarantee you
there
that.
is, for sure.
Yeah, there is, man.
It's huge, though, Millwoods. It's massive. It really is. There's a lot of people over there. I mean, you got everything you need. That's the only community that I actually am aware of.
Yeah. It's people that live in these areas that are given these, like, Blue Quill. I like Blue Quill.
Blue Quill's a nice area.
Very nice area.
I lived in Windermere. Windermere was amazing.
It's a little hoity-toity for me.
Yeah, but it's to live though. It's like a nice area. Shout out to the Windmill Pub. Yeah, that's dangerous there. So no one knows what Rusty's was. I kind of like that. Where Rusty's was?
What was it, guys?
Let's just move on. Collingwood is nice. Collingwood is nice. It's just over here, the other side of.
Okay.
Yeah, of
What's the nicest area of the city?
Ooh, what is the nicest neighborhood in Edmonton? That's a fantastic question.
I do like Bonnie Doon.
Bonnie Doon's nice. I mean, Terwilliger's nice.
Terwilliger's really nice.
Yeah.
Anywhere in Terwilliger. Riverside? Or
Riverside down in by the old Red Brick.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice area. It's kind of out of the way.
Same with when you're going on that bridge that takes you kind of to like McNally 106.
Yeah.
Like that area down there by the river.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You two, Trev, Rundle Heights is dope. Does he live in Rundle Heights?
Yeah, but it's dangerous. That's why Trev doesn't go out at night.
Windsor Park or Westbrook? Huh? Is that even in Edmonton? Glenora?
That's really hoity-toity, but it's nice.
Someone cooking food. It smells delicious. Oh,
it's Coob.
Twin Brooks.
Twin Brooks. I like Twin Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's my in-laws there in Malmo, just by Southgate there. That's really nice in there.
I was just gonna bring up like the Southgate, and then you go a little bit south, the Heritage area.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
Yeah, that's Duggan in there. Like it's. I like those areas.
I grew up in Duggan.
Yeah, I know.
What about
Duggan?
There's so many new areas, though, man.
I know. I mean, Riverbend. I mean, it's kind of an older area now.
Yeah.
Chappelle.
Chappelle's new. Chappelle is crazy, actually.
Silverberry's nice, too.
Silverberry?
Yeah, just off 34th.
Yeah.
Ellerslie. There's a bunch on Ellerslie.
Yeah, it's Ellerslie's Millwoods.
Essentially.
Yeah.
On the other side of the bridge.
For sure. Edmonton's a nice city, man. I get upset when people dog on Edmonton.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's funny how people dog on the north side, too.
Wow.
Have you been to Northgate recently?
Castle Downs is nice.
Is it?
Yes. It's really north, though.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a very nice area.
It's as north
What's
as it
that?
gets.
It's an area by the army base there. What's that called?
Isn't that Glenora? No.
No. I think it starts with a G, though. It's like a new developed area with funky looking houses. I remember I went in there once. It was kind of neat. It's close. Whatever.
Lewis Heights or Lewis Estates is pretty good.
Lewis
too.
Estates is nice by the casino.
Our
the River
fearless
Creek.
leader, our supreme leader lives?
Is that where he lives?
I think so.
Mill Creek area.
Mill Creek?
Dave in Section T. Rusty's for Taco Tuesday. I don't know. Is that real?
It was.
Yeah.
Taco bar.
Yeah. I'm going for tacos. Leave me alone. Hey, we're EST Afternoons is live from the William Huff studio. Since 1952, William Huff has provided interesting
Grease bar. That's what it's called. Thank you, Southside Stoby.
William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. Hour 2, we'll continue to talk some chill. This day in sports, screw. Let's do a parlay and our good buddy Tim Hauraney to tee up the Japanese Grand Prix coming up this weekend. Don't go anywhere. Slam that thumbs up for us. Keep the messages coming to the Nasty Chat and the River Korea box. We're back for hour 2.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
If there are repeated issues, even if hypothetically you have the 23 stupidest and worst hockey players in the world, it's the coach's job to make them a little less stupid. The things that are constantly problems, yes, we can blame the players for those habits, but the coach is going to pay the price for them not improving those habits.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like face-off fried pickles and steins of Bud Light. Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Loves the thrill of competition, but prefer to keep it classy? Well, it's as classy as you can get when Dustin Nielsen is the host. Join us April 14th at Bell and Scona for Edmonton Sports Talk Bid for Kids, presented by GS Construction. A night filled with special guests, auctions, and a ton of prizes in support of kids sport. No whistles, no play clock, just a room full of generous hearts. EST's Bid for Kids. Get your tickets at kidsportbidsforkids.com. Use promo code ESTBIDS for 10% off.
The Oilers kick off a 2-game road trip out in Utah against the Mammoth. Tristan Jarry with his first start in 2 weeks, while Trent Frederick remains out, having no update on his injury. Catch Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson as they go live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Getting you set for puck drop. They hit the airwaves at 6:30 only on EST. And key Pacific Division teams in action. First place Anaheim challenges Vancouver. Ducks have 5 more points than the Oilers with a game in hand. The second place Knights battle the Jets. Vegas 1 point up on Edmonton, plus the Kraken and Panthers face off. Seattle having 2 fewer games played as they sit 6 points back of the Oilers. On the court, there's 4 games in the NBA. Knicks and Pelicans tipping off. Denver visits Phoenix as the Hornets and Kings open the night at 5 in golf. Scotty Scheffler has withdrawn from the Houston Open as his family expects the birth of their second child. The tournament begins bright and early at 6:20 Thursday morning. In the major spring training action, live 4 games are underway. Top of the 7th, Rangers up 4-zip over the Royals. The Yankees have a 4-1 lead on the Cubs. Top of the 4th inning and bottom 3rd, the Rockies trailing the Tigers 2-0. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of EST Afternoon starts right now.
We're back here for hour 2 on EST Afternoons. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubish. How's everybody doing? It's game day. The Mammoth hosts your Edmonton Oilers. How you feeling, Oilers fans? Are you feeling good about tonight's matchup? Tristan Jarry gets the start. Dun, dun, dun. Hit us up, Nasty Chat. Slam that thumbs up for us. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. Chris says on the inbox, love the Forest Heights. That's my hood. McNally is such a nice walk. It is, man. I run around there, Joaquin. It is fantastic.
Anything to wedge on some of this running stuff, hey?
Yes. Let's see here. Krager says Lendrum and Riverbend, but Riverbend is known full of high-end homes. Well, yeah, it's a beautiful area. There's another good one. Where did that one go? When you open with "There's no gangs," there are gangs. Dave in Section T. What's your underrated neighborhood in Edmonton? And don't be a homer. Don't pick your team. I mean your neighborhood, because you're in Riverbend, right? No,
I'm in Terwilliger, yeah. Does look like a lot of guys were fans of the ballet back then.
Yes, they were. We got to move on. We have to move on. Just the reason we started talking about neighborhoods, because I saw on IG the most underrated neighborhoods in Edmonton according to the locals. It was Forest Heights, Grosvenor, Oliver, Parkdale / Chromedale, Argyle, Rundle Heights, and Millwoods. That's for Hernan.
Yeah.
Lago Lindo, Triple Crown, good one. That's north side, I think.
Is it?
Lago Lindo. I did deliveries in my youth, and so I know the city pretty well. I saw some nice.
What kind of deliveries were you doing in Lago Lindo?
Like furniture, man. Come on.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was legit.
What was in the furniture? Little Pablo.
Kevin says Gold Bar. A very nice area. There's a nice area here in the West End down by the boat dock. I don't know what it's called, though. I think LTE lives around there, too.
Does he?
Oh, no, he moved. Sorry. Yeah, by the boat dock here in the West End. It's kind of by the zoo.
Oh, yeah. That's going nowhere. Isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I have a couple friends that live in Cameron Heights. That's a nice, newer little neighborhood.
Cameron Heights?
Yeah. And my boy, when he moved out, he moved to a place kind of on the way to Devon. It was called River's Edge. New area. Like it's all being developed, but it's kind of nice out there too.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice areas, and it's growing so much, man. Like my family's in Beaumont, man, and like you're still in Edmonton, but heading south. It's like soon all these houses in Edmonton are going to touch Beaumont.
Well, you blink and there's another house. Like you're not missing too much. The disconnect there is no disconnect. It's going to be enveloped soon enough.
No love for Capilano out there? I liked Capilano.
Capilano's
good
nice.
area, yeah.
It's the older homes.
Yeah, I know.
It's very nice.
My wife and I were thinking, like, maybe when these things finally move out to try to find out. Then I looked at the price of Capilano homes. I was like, screw that. We're staying.
It's right by the Newcastle pub.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
I like downtown. I know it's not a neighborhood, but
it's a neighborhood.
Well, Oliver's like a neighborhood.
Downtown's a neighborhood.
What was I going to say? Sherwood Park or St. Albert Free?
Sure. Neither really.
No.
I've just had bad experiences in both places. When I worked at Shaw, some of the most, I hate to say it, and if you're from St. Albert, I'm sorry, but the most uppity, arrogant, miserable people. And it's funny because I probably only went out there 3 times, and every single person I went to treated me like I was garbage.
Yeah, I delivered many years to St. Albert because
Yeah.
our shop, like the Sofaland, whatever, was in St. Albert Trail. And you're right, man. You met a lot of
jerks,
angry people.
Yeah. Just were awful. Just awful.
But I dealt with a lot of angry people. And,
I know. I mean, I ran into angry people all the time, but it was just, cable guys, we always had a saying. Like the guys that worked in St. Albert were fine with it, or whatever, but if that wasn't your normal area to work and you went out there, it sucked every single time. And Sherwood Park, I didn't have a lot of good experiences out there either. But also sometimes you get out in the acreages and you just can't satisfy people because the lines are too long and their signal's crap. There's nothing you can really do. And so you're basically just doing the best you can for people.
I like Sherwood Park when they have kind of like the little, what are they called? They're not in Sherwood Park, just on the outside, and they got like about 20 houses, and it's just a little, what are they called?
Those acreages.
Acreages, yeah. The old are beautiful.
But they're horrible to work on.
Yeah.
Because the box where the cable comes in or whatever, it sucks.
And St. Albert, man, like, it's been years, like almost 20 years, but when they were building like the newer areas, man, there are some amazing homes.
Mm-hmm.
And I like St. Albert because it's all like all alphabet. Like all the A's are together, all the B's. It's very easy to maneuver through St. Albert.
I found it difficult. But.
Did you? Sherwood Park, though, a little bit older. Kind of like it. Got that kind of...
I think it has the highest...
More green.
Per capita rated of people with asthma.
Really?
Well, because that refinery, and it's kind of in a valley, and it all sits in there.
Well, that's with Capilano, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Belgravia
wouldn't matter to you much with all iron lung over here.
Belgravia is a nice hood too. That's by the university, right? Belgravia.
Yeah.
For two guys that live in Edmonton, we don't know a lot about Edmonton, do we?
Well, I didn't grow up here.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
My first place was, the Safeway in Riverbend. I lived right in behind there.
Okay.
That was the first my first place, and then. When I played with Edmonton again, I was always close to a Safeway. Imagine that. But the Safeway on White Ave, I lived right across the street in those apartments there.
I lived by there too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Probably heard my parties.
I lived there too.
That was a great place to live. Because I would just walk down White Ave and stuff. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I lived like a block from O'Byrne's.
Yeah, I was 3 blocks from.
No, but I was closer. But I'll still buy this.
It's not a contest, all right?
No, I know. I'm explaining why I'm only a block from O'Byrne. I spent a lot of days there. All right. Yeah, see, Jasmine. Millwoods equals nicest people. You damn straight. Millwoods is the best. Joaquin, let's look at you want to give some line? Want to do some lines?
Sure.
All right. So no lineup changes according to Utah Mammoth head coach. So we'll see the first line of Nick Schmaltz, Lawson Krause, and Clayton Keller. Logan Cooley with Dylan Gunther and JJ Peterka. Third line is Barrett Hayton between Michael Carcone and Jack McBain. And the fourth line, Kevin Stenlin, Alex Kerfoot, and the Jitterbug, Kyler Yamamoto. And defensively, Mikhail Sergachev with Mackenzie Weegar. Nate Schmidt with John Marino, and Ian Cole with Sean Dernsey. That's a pretty good decor.
Oh, yeah.
And then in net, we're expecting it's going to be Karel Vejmelka to start for the Utah Mammoth. If we look at the Edmonton Oilers, again, we don't know if these lines are going to be what Knob is going to throw out there. He did say today about the D pairings, we're going to keep it the same. We'll take it for what it's worth. But this is what they had at practice yesterday. Wallman with Bouchard, Nurse with Ekholm, Stastny with Murphy. Up front, Savoy, Podkolzin, McDavid, RNH, Hyman, Rozovic, Dickinson with Kapanen and Szymanski. And then your fourth line is Henrique between Jarventi and Jones. But we'll wait till the warm-ups to see if these lines actually stick in the pairings as well. What we do know is Tristan Jarry does get the start, his first in quite some time. He is 6-1 against Arizona. We all know Arizona, Utah. Same players, but they're not counting it as such. So, but look at it that way. He's 6-1. Hopefully, he can have a good game here for the Edmonton Oilers. So, here we go. The Edmonton Oilers need points here. They're not. Listen, it's not the race for seeing in the East. The Oilers 77 points. LA with a game in hand is only 4 points back there in Calgary tonight, Joaquin. So the Oilers need points as well. And without Leon, it's going to continue to be difficult to score some goals, but you need a lot of guys to step up here. Nuge is one, right?
Yeah.
Savoy's been just fine. Rozovic needs to, I mean, he makes nice plays at times and he's around it, but you got to produce though. You know? So for me, I'm looking at those two guys. Anything from your bottom six would be an absolute bonus right now. So the Edmonton Oilers in tough tonight. I think this is going to be an extremely hard game. I don't know which way I want to go yet. Every time I feel they're going to have a bad game, they surprise the hell out of me, Joaquin. So that's probably good if you're an Oiler fan.
Yeah.
Hearing that.
I would say so. How do you think just the way that the last two games went with the Florida teams? I mean, they were, I don't want to say they were handled easily, but they went up against two teams that played them very difficult. What do you see? What kind of bounce back do you expect from this team?
Well, you know what's interesting, Joaquin? Because, again, they lost on Saturday, but I still think they played better than they did against Florida. They were right there. There was some pushback. There was some animosity.
There was some aggressive play.
Yeah. So build off that. Don't go back into your shell again, right? Like build off that. Say, hey guys, yeah, we got scored on shorthanded. Special teams were a big part of the game, but we were right there with one of the better teams. We were right there. Outside of a few bad plays that we had that cost us, we were right there. And you look at this team, and I just read off Utah's lines. Like lines 1 through 4, they're all pretty solid, Joaquin. And I think their coach is going to use them all. So what does Knoblauch do to counter? I mean, if they get power plays, take advantage of it. This is the 29th ranked PK in terms of the Utah Mammoth, so you have to take advantage there. Now, is Tristan Jarry due for a good game?
Yes.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Could it be tonight? I mean, let's hope so.
I would fully expect him to have a good game, but
you can't get scored on early. It's just for the confidence.
You got to build, like you got to make some saves and then move on, like have a goal, stop the first 15 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then move on from there. Okay, stop the next 10. Okay, stop the next 5. By the end of it, you should come out with a win, right?
It's going to be interesting.
Because the Mammoth average about 26 shots per game. Yeah, I mean, look at it that way. They are at home, though. But they got some shooters on this team.
They do.
Schmaltz shoots. Cooley shoots. Gunther, we know, shoots. Paterka's got a laser beam.
Keller.
Like there are some very talented players. You know what? Part of me wants to see that D pair should be elite. Their first pair is scary. If that somehow starts clicking with Uyghur and Sergachev, that could be one of the best duos in the league by far. Because that Sergachev's just a joke how good he is.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He is fantastic. And again, I'll go back to, I don't know why Knoblauch went away from the lines that beat San Jose. I'll continue on that because it's one of their better games. Depth scoring. You got 10 forwards with points. And then he goes away from it and doesn't go back to it after 2 losses. So we'll wait and see. All right, on the other side of the break, we're going to shift gears, talk some F1. Joaquin, with our good buddy, Tim Hauraney. Of course, he's with TSN, also does the Nailing the Apex podcast, the best auto racing podcast out there. And he joins us next to tee up the Grand Prix from Japan that goes, and then it's about a month before we get the next race due to the cancellations of Bahrain and the Qatar GPs. That's all coming up. Don't go anywhere. Slam that thumbs up. Let's get to 100 on an Oilers game day. And like always, Captain in Inbox presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their happy hour. It's 5:25 drinks available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. We're back with Tim Hauraney on the other side of the break.
The Oilers are on the road, kicking off a 2-game road trip down in Utah against the Mammoth. Tristan Jarry will start his first game in 2 weeks for the Oilers, while Trent Frederick remains sidelined, having no update on his injury. Catch Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson as they hit the airwaves for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That gets going at 6:30 right here on EST. 7 games start at 5 o'clock in the NHL. The Maple Leafs and Bruins face off. Anthony Stolarz gets a nod for Toronto. Elsewhere, the Habs and Hurricanes clash in Montreal, while the Senators and Red Wings duel in Detroit. Ottawa recalling Carter Yakimchuk and Jorian Donovan from the AHL ahead of that matchup. On the court, there's 4 games in the association. The Knicks and Pelicans tipping off. Denver on the road in Phoenix as the Hornets and Kings open the night at 5 o'clock. In golf, Scottie Scheffler has withdrawn from the Houston Open as his family expects the birth of their second child. The tournament begins bright and early at 6:20 Thursday morning. To the majors, spring training live. 4 games underway right now. End of the 7th, Rangers up 4-0 on the Royals, and the Yankees have a 5-1 lead on the Cubs, top of the 5th inning. Tim Hauraney up next to chat some F1 with Hernan, Salas, and Joaquin Gage. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Goodwill is
One shopper. Finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket. A deal.
One donor. Letting go of something so someone else can move forward. One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit and the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
We're back here on EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk. Edmonton Oilers game day as they take on the Mammoth in Utah. 7:30 puck drop. Don't go anywhere. Reed Wilkins is coming up with the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 to 6. And then at 6:30, it's the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola. He'll get you set for all the action. And the boys will be back later tonight to break it all down with the post-game show. It's Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubish here with you. And we're going to talk some F1 right now with our good buddy Tim Hauraney from TSN and Nailing the Apex podcast. Tim, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good, guys. How are you? What's going on with your Oilers?
Oh, buddy, how much time you got?
Oh, man, I got all the time in the world for you. You know
that. Tim.
Let's just say the battery's depleted on these Oilers.
It's going about as well as Max Verstappen the first couple of races. So, okay, there's so much to get to, Tim. But let's start here. Conflicting reports last week. I think you were the first one to say Jonathan Wheatley is not joining Aston Martin. And then a couple of days later, he leaves Audi. What's going on with this whole Aston Martin situation involving Adrian Newey, Jonathan Wheatley? What's the latest on this situation?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's still not working for Aston Martin, so there's that. Look, I mean, here's what I can tell you. I mean, Jonathan had left Audi for personal reasons. From my understanding, there were a couple of different things. One of them being, I think, his relationship, from what I had heard, had taken a bit of a turn with Mattia Binotto. And Mattia obviously is the bigger figure at the Audi F1 team program. And he decided that that was it for him, and he was going to leave. Now, when we take a look at Aston Martin and what their situation is, so back in November, I think it was November 26th, Andy Cowell had decided that he was stepping down as team principal at Aston Martin. He was going to go focus on the engine projects with Honda, Valvoline, and Aramco, try and get that ready for 2026, because I think he knew that they were going to have a lot of issues. Now, Adrian Newey stepped in to fill in that team principal role. I think Aston Martin didn't do a very good job at communicating that it was an interim position fulfillment, that Adrian Newey was was doing, and they didn't signal that, but I knew that from sources within the team. And so I knew that they had been looking for a new team principal. I think the level that they're looking for is someone who's going to be able to work underneath Adrian Newey and who's going to be able to report to Adrian Newey. Adrian likes Jonathan Wheatley, and that is someone who I think Adrian would like to have on the team. There's no question about that. At this moment, there still is no contract between Aston Martin and Jonathan Wheatley. We may get news in a few weeks' time that may change things. That part of it, I'm not too sure. But regardless of that, I see Adrian Newey as the team principal of Aston Martin, at least for the next little while. I don't see him stepping down from the team anytime soon, like stepping down from the team principal role anytime soon. And even though he does step down or move aside or bring somebody else in, that person's still going to have to report to Adrian Newey. Adrian Newey is still going to be the leader of this team. He's a major shareholder of Aston Martin. So there was reports that came out last Thursday saying that he was stepping down as a team principal. He was stepping down from the team. And that's not the case, because Adrian is a huge part of this team. He has a lot of stake in this team as well. And he's not just going to give that up and just walk away, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. So where do we are now? Adrian Newey is still the team principal. There is no contract as of yet between Jonathan Wheatley and Aston Martin. Could there be something later on in the future? For sure. How long is Jonathan Wheatley's gardening leave going to be? At this point, nobody knows, because there hasn't been that information put out yet. It can be anywhere from 3 to 6 to 12 months. So Adrian Newey at this moment, still the team principal, could be the team principal for the next year.
Tim, I just, you've probably watched it, but I was kind of intrigued with Max Verstappen over the weekend going to the Nürburgring with the GT3 race and seeing how he dominated, driving on the grass and winning, only to be disqualified because they used one more set of tires. Hey, how does that happen? And what did you think overall of that race? Because I was on the edge of my seat watching that at times.
I mean, just an incredible, I would say, bravery and skill set from Max Verstappen trying to tackle, the Nordschleife in NLS2, it's called. Now, there is another one, actually, that will be coming up in a few weeks' time. And I think the question is whether, again, because he's trying to get himself ready for the 24 hours of the Nürburgring, which is going to be happening in between Miami Grand Prix and Canadian Grand Prix in May. And he's trying to get himself ready for that. You may ask, well, why does he need to race on the same track, so often? The fact is that the Nürburgring, the Nordschleife, is a huge track. It is the biggest racetrack in the entire world. Well over 100 corners. There's a lot there for a driver to memorize. It takes a very long time to have that entire racetrack memorized in the back of your mind. And the more you can understand it and really know where the nuance is with the track, the better you are going to be at it. And so I think I'd take my hat off to Max for putting in the amount of work that he's put in at this track to get himself up to speed properly. Now, what happened in the race? Well, you're only allowed to run 6 sets of tires, and somehow the team made a mistake and ended up running 7 in total, and they ended up getting disqualified. Now, that didn't give them a competitive edge, even though they beat the second place team by almost a full minute.
Yeah.
And that was done just by the drivers themselves. So it was a pretty cool race. It was fun watching Max trying to battle for the lead early on in his first stint. That was awesome. Seeing him going onto the grass, wheel banging, there was a lot of skill involved there. I just it was so much fun. That was a fun race to watch. I really enjoyed it because I watched it pretty much from start to finish.
Tim Hauraney from Nailing the Apex podcast, and of course on TSN as well, covering Formula One and IndyCar. Tim, before we get to the race, I've been seeing just a lot since the last race, a lot of discussion online and some articles. And I wanted to ask you, does qualifying matter less with the new regulation /cars?
It does. It's not as, I wouldn't say that it matters less. Qualifying is always going to be important because it sets the grid and it sets where you're going to be competing from. What we're seeing is that there is a bit of an erosion of the DNA of the sport. And is what's being brought up a lot. And it's been a big concern because with qualifying, I don't know about other fans. I know about like purists, myself included in that.
Mm-hmm.
When you're watching sports of any kind, we want to see the athlete make the difference, right? Like we want to see how someone who's really gifted and special at doing what they do, like Connor McDavid, right? Like I would pay admission to watch Connor McDavid because he is special and he's the difference maker on his team. And some nights you're going to see him do something so special that you're just like, wow, that's worth the price of admission. And that's why he's getting paid what he's getting paid. When we come to qualifying for Formula One races, last year and years prior, it was the driver that made the difference. The driver was the one who took the car to the limit, who pushed the envelope in the bravery department, who tested the level of grip within a corner. And if they got it wrong, they went off the track and they paid the price. But they would still be brave to try, and they would use all of their skill and tools in their tool belt to try and get the car around the track as fast as humanly possible so they could qualify the car as best they could. Right now, over the last two Grand Prix, we're not seeing that because what we're seeing is a car that needs to be driven in a way where you're harvesting and trying to recharge the battery as much as possible so the car can get the best deployment on the straightaway. And that takes away from that skill of, hey, can a driver go flat out through this corner? How brave are they going to be in the braking zone, right? If they make a small little mistake, are they going to be able to be the difference maker and try and gain back that tenth that they may have lost by making a mistake later on in the lap? Where now it's the driver makes a mistake, the software in the car actually punishes them for it, where you don't get the deployment that you need because you had made the mistake, because you were trying to be aggressive and your natural tendencies to drive and push a race car. And so we heard Charles Leclerc talk about this at the end of the Chinese Grand Prix qualifying. We've heard other drivers as well. Esteban Ocon has vocalized it at the same time. We've seen data now that has popped up that is showing us to prove it all. That's something that I've talked about in the Australian Grand Prix post-qualifying podcast that I did on Nailing the Apex. It's something that I had noticed had really taken over in that moment was because of that. So there are some things here that I think F1 can, and the FIA and the teams themselves are looking at to change. There's going to be a meeting post-Japan on a number of different regulations that they're going to look a little closer at, and how do they kind of get back to qualifying being qualifying itself. At the moment, I think it's the right move by F1 and the FIA to see more races and to see more on-track action and activity so they can get that data set where they're not putting Band-Aids over Band-Aids, because when you go to change something in a regulation, it affects something else. So if you're going to change something, then it has to be a change that doesn't affect anything else. And I think it's smart of them to see as much as they can so they can make the right move. So I applaud them for actually giving this a tiny bit of time to see what they actually really need to move and shake.
Tim, do you think that just the fact that the next two, after Japan here, the next two races are canceled, this could probably be the best thing for the FIA and F1 to kind of get some of these changes maybe in place before the next race? Or do you think they'll wait and get some more data before they make their final decision on how they're going to move forward?
I think having the two races off in April are going to help in that sense. Like, I think by the time we get out of Japan, we've seen these cars at enough tracks now to have that data pool, right? Like, we started in Spain at Barcelona, then we went to Bahrain, and then from Bahrain we went into Australia, which was a very energy-dependent track, probably the most severe one on the calendar. And from Australia, we went to China, a different type of a racetrack compared to Australia, Bahrain, and Barcelona. Now we're going to Japan. That's also a different type of a track compared to the other four I had mentioned. So there will have been enough data accumulated to understand what levers they need to move. And I think for this first year, we may see other changes come as well. It may not just be one change that they make. There may be a few others that follow as well.
And Tim, let's look ahead to the race. I mean, it's the last one, like you said before, they get a month off here, and then they won't return to the track until May with the 2 canceled races. I mean, I guess for the casual fan, are you looking at this and just saying Mercedes, Ferrari again? McLaren's had a tough start to their season. We all know how upset Max is with everything going on right now in F1. But when you look at this race, are you still looking at Mercedes and Ferrari to kind of lead the way?
For sure. Yeah, definitely. And I would also say if McLaren is able to get a better handle on that energy harvest deployment scenario with the Mercedes power unit, then I could see them start to play a factor. They seem to have got a better grasp on it in China, even though they didn't get to participate in the Grand Prix, which was a shame that they didn't get out there for that. But I think they have a better understanding of like the software and how they need to operate it to get the most out of what they have. I'll just stick with McLaren for a second, because I think as we move further into the season is still very young. We've only seen 2 races. Like, there's still a lot more stuff to go. I can actually see McLaren battling Ferrari and Mercedes as the season sort of moves along. Like, we have to remember that McLaren is starting with a car that they had in Bahrain, like, for testing. That's all the way back in February. They haven't even added anything to this car. Like, they haven't done anything to it. So there is a huge, huge runway for them now to take in terms of their development. I think that's a smart move from Andrea Stella. This time off, even though they're not getting any data with this time off that's coming up, it's still smart to have that. Now they have some time to actually dig into what direction do they want to take philosophically with their aerodynamic direction. And Andrea Stella has such a tight working group with Peter Padromo and Rob Marshall underneath him. And those guys are so skilled that they will know which way this aerodynamic car needs to push in. But for Japan, definitely it's going to be a Mercedes, Ferrari back and forth. I mean, this could be the race where we actually see Ferrari actually come out on top.
Wow.
Awesome stuff, Tim. Like always, thank you so much for taking the time this afternoon. Great breakdown of everything leading up to this race. Enjoy the race this weekend, and we'll chat soon.
Great. Thanks so much for having me, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right. Tim Hauraney, TSN, Nailing the Apex podcast, F1 IndyCar Insider. So this weekend you got F1, you got IndyCar, and you have NASCAR as well. IndyCar's off to a great start. A lot of different winners. A good battle at top of the standings there. Portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brewhouse. During every Oilers game day, the Canadian Brewhouse is your hockey headquarters. Enter to win Oiler home game tickets and sip $1 off tankards of Molson Canadian and Coors Light only at the Brewhouse. I'm glad you asked it, because I was going to ask it too. Like, for the teams that this month off is going to be so like
important,
because they're not, before they wouldn't get this.
Yeah.
And like you said, they're going to race this weekend, and hopefully for McLaren, they can actually participate. But then, like you said, they're going to get a whole month to kind of fix or add to their car.
Over all the different, like Tim lays it out with all the different tracks, right?
Yeah.
So every track that they've been on, it's a different deployment of the battery power and how that. But who knows? They might make some changes here too, right?
Yeah.
So.
And Mercedes and Ferrari are probably like, "Damn it, we wanted to keep racing."
Oh yeah,
right.
Well, there was there's a thing where I was reading about Mercedes in an article. Like, if they keep they're really sandbagging right now.
Yeah.
Is what they said. Because if they keep it under a certain point, it won't cause the FIA to make massive changes like this early.
Yeah.
So they're kind of just
Yeah.
right under the, we'll see. We'll see.
It's going to be interesting. But I mean, he brought up the purist of the sport, and he's one.
I get it.
And I mean, like he said, he goes, like, you're kind of taking it out of the driver's hands now in qualifying. Because I saw a lot of conversation about qualifying's not that important anymore because
you can't go full out.
You can't go full out. And then in the race, you're seeing guys start at the back, making their way easily to the, not to the front, but to the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Where before you're kind of like, you set the grid in qualifying, you kind of knew it was going to end up similar to what you had.
Well, a lot of drivers are saying that it's actually more difficult to follow in these cars than the cars last year, and they were supposed to be easier this year.
Yeah, it's crazy. Van Owen says, I like listening to Hauraney, but that was a particularly good interview. Well job, boys. Well, thank you, Van Owen. That was, he's the best, man. Like, he breaks it down. And one day, maybe when it's slow in April, we'll have him on, and then we'll see if he has time to do video. And I want to get his story, how he got into racing.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe we just do a full hour.
Yeah, because he was racing for Renault.
I know.
He's Indy.
Maybe we go to Mexico with him.
And we do a sit down. Let's go. All right.
Dusty, we need funds.
Send us to a race, man.
Where's Gager? I don't know. I saw him and then he was gone.
We're supposed to be doing interviews. Coming up the screw, let's do a parlay in this day and all that fun stuff. Don't go anywhere. Slam that thumbs up. We're back after the break.
It's the Oilers on the road down in Utah, facing the Mammoth for game one of a 2-game road trip. Tristan Jarry gets his first start in 2 weeks, while Trent Frederick remains out, having no update on his injury. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson. They hit the airwaves at 6:30 for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, setting you up for puck drop. That goes live right here on EST. And 7 games start at 5 o'clock, including the Maple Leafs and Bruins facing off. Anthony Stolarz gets a start for Toronto. And from Montreal, the Habs and Hurricanes clash, while the Senators and Red Wings duel in Detroit. Ottawa recalling Carter Yakimchuk and Jorian Donovan from the AHL ahead of their matchup. On the court, there's 4 games in the association. The Knicks and Pelicans tipping off Denver on the road in Phoenix as the Hornets and Kings open the night at 5 o'clock. In golf, Scotty Scheffler has withdrawn from the Houston Open. His family expecting the birth of their second child. The tournament begins bright and early Thursday morning at 6:20. For the majors, 3 games are live. Top of the 6th, 5-2 lead for the Yankees against the Cubs. In Detroit against Colorado, Tigers up by 2 runs midway through the 5th. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, whether it's a one-time donation or a monthly contribution. Every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at Capital Care Foundation.net. The final segment of EST Afternoons brings us back following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Firehouse Subs. Our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Spring. Ready to start your spring organizing? Create space in your garage, closets, and basement with Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Final segment here on EST Afternoons, but don't go anywhere while you're watching on YouTube or listening on iHeart, TuneIn radio apps. All free, of course. EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Reed Wilkins coming up with the Reed Wilkins Show. Him and Koob will have you for 3 hours. And then Tom Gazzola, Benny Thompson, and Sean Bell will get you set for the game tonight with the Oil Stream pregame show starting at 6:30. So don't go anywhere. All right, boys, it's time to get to the Screw Let's Do It parlay for Play Alberta and Inside the Numbers.
Let's do it, no delay. Let's take a risk today. No sense being safe. We need a huge payday.
All right, boys. Whoever's ready can kick us off.
Well, there's only 15 games in the NHL. So Only, yeah. Well, yesterday was one and done.
Okay, boys, we've been cold since our Cloud 9 hit, so we need a win today, boys. Let's go.
Cold as ice.
Vamos!
And I'm willing to sacrifice my love. It's going to be the Senators and Red Wings going at it now. Senators a bit banged up, of course, without Captain Thomas Chabot. But Alex DeBrincat has been hot. He's on a 6-game point streak, 10 points over that span, 2 goals, 8 assists, and in 18 career games against Ottawa. He has 14 points and 7 goals. He's going to get a point tonight.
Okay.
And before that, well, his point streak was snapped. He had a 4-game point streak before starting this brand new one up. So he's been pretty good, pretty solid, over a point per game for him. 73 points in 70 games.
What do you have, Gager?
Well, apart from the obvious, but I think I'm going to go. The Ducks are at Vancouver tonight, and I'm going to say the Ducks minus 1.5.
Ducks minus 1.5. Okay.
Right.
And I'm going to go with my favorite bet. Both teams to score 2 between the Minnesota Wild and the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Ooh. Really?
Good goaltending.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Never mind. I didn't think this one through. How about Sharks Preds?
That's one I would go.
Sharks Preds.
It'll be a 1-0 game in overtime.
No. There'll be a lot of goals.
It won't.
So here's the Screw Let's Do a parlay. Alex DeBrincat point. Ducks minus 1.5. Both teams to score 2 between the Sharks and the Predators. Who's riding?
I'm riding. Good thing you didn't go both teams to score twice between Minnesota and Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
It was 5-1 the last game. Well, 5-3 before that.
Well, Vasilevsky's a beast.
But yeah.
Quickly, which former Oiler from last season would make the biggest impact on this year's team? 142 votes on our YouTube channel. And right now, leading the way by no surprise, Corey Perry at 68%, followed by Connor Brown at 18%. And on the X machine, 130 votes, 57% for Perry, 26% for Connor Brown. So there.
Wait a second. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
There was 130 votes?
Mm-hmm.
How many thumbs?
66.
That's brutal. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you voted on it, but you didn't hit the thumb?
Yeah, come on. That's a
Can you
great
vote without
point.
an account, though?
What?
Can you vote without an account? on YouTube?
I don't
like,
think
if some
so.
people
I think
don't
you
have
have
an
to be
account.
subscribed.
Yeah, but you can just subscribe. Subscribe.
Well, I voted. I didn't like the show.
Come on,
I
people.
love the show, actually. There should be a love button on YouTube.
Rip City
Maybe
Step
not.
says start of a 4-game win streak for the Oilers. Is that what he means? Be specific, bro.
Not many people start day drinking on Tuesday. didn't they?
I'll be honest. I really don't have a feel for tonight's game. I don't.
I do.
You think they're going to lose?
Yeah.
That's fair. You're rarely wrong.
In this case, I'm very rarely wrong.
Yeah. Joaquin, on this day in 1972, The Godfather opened in theaters.
Oh.
72? Man, imagine a theater in 72.
Oh, boy.
Like watching on your TV at home.
Couldn't even see through any of this, all of the smoke, probably.
Yeah, there's probably...
Theater. Gosh.
Troop Beverly Hills debuted on movie screens on this day in 1989.
Troop Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
No idea what that is.
With the girl from, I think it's the girl from Cheers.
Shelley Long?
Yeah, I think so. On this day in 1993, the series finale of Dougie Hauser? Is it Dougie?
Dougie. It's his brother.
Doogie Howser. I should know that.
Dougie had a landscaping company. He was really successful as a 14-year-old.
Oh, I will swore. On this day, 1984, at 7 a.m., detention began at Shermer High School. What movie is that?
I know.
Breakfast Club.
Yes.
Yeah.
26 years ago today, the Edmonton Oilers acquired Yanni Niinema from the Flyers for Dan McGillis and a second-round pick.
The Ghost. Ghost wanted to fight me one time at the end of the year. See, the Ghost was cheap. Like he was really cheap with stuff. And did I tell you this before?
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, someone cut his tie.
Yeah.
And someone told him it was me.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it. I was sleeping the whole time. And we were in an airport, and he must have bugged me for the next, that. We were waiting there for our flight, and he kept coming up to me in his Finnish accent. Gager, that was Hugo Boss. I go, I don't care what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't cut it.
Did you guys ever watch Dougie Hauser together?
No.
Brian Swanson turns 50 today.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, former Oiler.
Shoot, I got to text him.
Swanee.
Old bugger.
Today's National Cocktail Day, Joaquin. If you could have one cocktail right at this moment, what would it
Mescalarita.
be? You didn't even... Really?
So good, man.
Old fashioned?
No.
For me.
No.
Coupe, cocktail.
I forget what a cocktail is half the time. Is it just mixed drinks? No, that's a highball. I don't know. I'll take anything. I'm not a picky guy. I can't even name a cocktail, boys.
That's Caesar.
Moscow Mule?
A Moscow Mule.
There we go. In the copper mug.
What else is Singapore Sling?
Never go to cocktail bars because I don't even know what they are.
A martini. A marg.
Oh, an old fashioned's pretty good.
An old fashioned. An Alabama slammer.
Mojito.
A screwdriver. A mojito.
Pina colada.
A pina colada. A daiquiri. A Bloody Mary. A Caesar.
Or a Mescalarita.
Or a Mescalarita. They're good, though.
They are good.
Oh, boy.
Do you think Ferrari has a chance this weekend? Like Tim said?
Well, after what he said, yeah.
That's crazy, eh? I wonder. Can Lewis Hamilton
win
one here?
Tom Collins? I have a lot of those in Mexico.
Arnold Palmer?
Espresso martini.
Have an Arnold Palmer.
I had a sip of an espresso martini on, we went for lunch with the fam, and my niece had an espresso martini. I did not. It's not bad, but it's not something I want to drink.
No.
Ooh.
I just like my coffee stay in its lane. I don't need it in anything else. I don't even
That's a good point. Yeah.
I can't even have the Baileys in coffee that people say they love. Ugh.
If I wanted coffee, I'd have a coffee. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I come in and I make my coffee, my special little thing I do. I love it.
It is special.
It is kind of special. It makes everything smell nice in here, though.
It does.
Must take you back to the coffee bean fields of Chile. Do they have coffee beans in Chile?
Yeah.
Do they?
Of course.
Fields?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Chile has everything. Everything from the desert down to the snow on the bottom of Chile.
Maybe we go there. Go see some penguinos.
Penguinos? Let's go.
They're there.
100%.
Yeah, in the south.
Remember when you tested me?
Yeah.
You got that was one of the best moments of the year during that test.
Really?
You know, my best is he from one of my best friends at Notre Dame. His name is Derek Fisley. He was born in Chile.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Chile tomorrow, Mini World Cup. Hernan's a game time decision with his bad ankle. Not looking good right now.
It's supposed to snow.
I know.
You're indoors anyway.
Yeah. But still, driving. I just want some good weather. Okay, we got to get out. Big shout out to Brogan Houston from the Deseret News who joined us, and Tim Hauraney here. Good buddy. Coming up, Reed Wilkins, don't go anywhere, followed by the pregame show. For Coop Hawk, I'm Hernan saying enjoy the game tonight. Be nice. Chowders.